Ozark Highlands Trail 2019. Let's rock this bitch. What's happening, everyone? Rob here, rpelton1. Thanks for joining me. It's March, towards the end of March. I joined almost back there with Midwest Backpacker on a 55-mile-ish, 4-day backpacking trip down in Arkansas to do a portion of the Ozark Highlands Trail. It's supposed to be pretty warm, much warmer than home back in Minnesota. It's 1:30. It's about 50 degrees out here. I know this looks like a fall hike, but it is spring down in Arkansas. This is way nicer than back home in Minnesota. We've had a brutal winter, a lot of snow, a lot of cold. This is nice. This is nice. Okay, so admittedly, the first hill is kicking my butt a little bit. We got almost Jeremy over there with his long skinny legs just striding up this mountain while my little short stubbies are struggling. I wouldn't rather be anywhere else though. Okay, let's go. One thing that I've kind of observed while on trail and backpacking, you start out on the trip, with a group of people or one other person, and it's fun and you're going and you're rolling, having a good time, until the first big hill hits. And then it's no talking, bear down and go. Some people get a lead, some people fall behind, but it's every man for himself at that point, isn't it? It's crazy because I would never expect anyone to wait for me. I won't wait for Jeremy. Not a chance. This will probably catch up to me anyway. Just something I've noticed I found interesting. We're about 4 miles in, give or take. We're only doing about 8 today. We got a late start, like 1 o'clock, something like that. I got the Gregory Optic 48 on, and it's pretty packed. It's at its weight limit. My pack with food, water, fuel, everything is just over 31 pounds. It still fits really well. It's comfortable. I did a backpack loadout video for this trip, and I'll post that link right up there so you can take a look at that. So if you want to see what makes up 31 pounds, it's all in that video. But I'm feeling pretty good. We might try to push a little more than 8 today, just to make the next 3 days a little easier. Feeling okay so far. But it's early yet. Early? Just making sure I got the right one. Well done, sir. Woo. All right. Who out there enjoys hills or mountains climbing? Raise your hand. I don't see anybody's hand raised. Oh, there's one guy. Well, to you, sir, you're crazy and probably a liar. So we found the first campsite here. That's not bad. It's right next to a little creek right there, and it's right in this little valley, this little saddle. But this is not where we're stopping. We got a little more to go. We got to go up one more mountain over there, and I'm sure that's going to be uber fun. Woohoo! But we're going to camp on the other side. So, but we got to haul ass and get there. It's getting dark. It's 4:30. What is this? Come on, almost. Get it together. Stop dropping stuff. So Jeremy is up ahead, up the mountain a little bit. I heard some crazy dog barking. Sounds like there's one or two dogs up there not happy. I don't know if they're with other hikers, but that just means I get to deal with him here in a second as well. That's gonna be fun. False alarm. No vicious dog attack. Sorry, it would have been fun to watch, right? We made it to camp. Whew. Just soaking my feet. The water is cold, cold, cold. Probably did 10 miles today. It's about 6:25, so we've been hiking for 5.5 hours, something like that. One piece of advice that I'll give you is when you're doing a bigger day, 10 miles, 15 miles, something like that, and you're pounding your feet all day, and you're getting towards the end, and you know the campsite, wherever you're going to stay, is close, that's the time you have to be extra careful with your footing and your footwork while you're walking. Because you're tired, you start getting a little just overwhelmed and like a little lazy, I'll say. But that's when you're prone to trip over a rock because you're just not being focused. Stay focused towards the end of that day with your footwork, and you'll be all the better for it without spraining anything or breaking anything. So just a little piece of advice. Even though you want to get a little loose and you're exhausted, stay focused on your footwork. So I had a good night's sleep, back on trail this morning. It's about 8:30, got up at about 7:45 or so when it was getting light out. Had a good breakfast. It did get chilly last night. But the good news today is we're starting early. So we did 10 miles yesterday. We started at 1 p.m. doing 15 today starting at 8:30. So feeling pretty good. Let's get this day rolling. So on the Ozark Highlands Trail, the trail is marked by these aluminum blazes. They're just nailed right to the tree. There are a few painted on the tree here and there, but for the most part, these aluminum ones is what you want to follow to stay on trail. So we're a few miles in on day 2. Sun's out, it's warming up, it's gorgeous out here. But all the appetizers for the trail is done. And it's time to get into the meat and potatoes of the day and put in that 15 miles. Well, about 11, 12 at this point. But I hope your day is going awesome, just like mine is. Ooh. Let's go. Sometimes you just gotta get wet. Oh man. Just stopped for lunch. Went about 8 miles or so. It's exactly 1 o'clock, so we have about 7 miles to go. But according to the elevation map, it should be pretty even and rolling, you know, from here to where we need to go. So maybe we'll push further if we can. It was good to rest the feet for a little bit, get some calories in, because these long distance hikes, you burn some calories, man. Yeah, so much for rolling hills. This is actually a big climb. Slow and steady, but it is up, 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 up. 4 miles left. It's 2:40. I can do this. Made it to camp, 5:35 p.m. We did 16 miles today. It was a good push. And my legs are trashed, feet are garbage. But it was a good push. So, gonna rest up tonight, eat a bunch of food. This campsite is really crowded and there's a whole scout troop on their way here too, so it's gonna be pretty animated, I bet, tonight. But the best part is, I get to do it again tomorrow. Got camp all set up. I got the Warbonnet Ridge Runner there with a ZQ U2 R2D2 underquilt protector thing. Chill Gorilla tarp, and got Jeremy over there. He's rocking the XLC from Warbonnet, and there's a scout troop back there. And then on the other side of my hammock, there's another whole group of people. Very busy night. But the good news is they already started a fire, so I don't got to do it. Well, it's 8:30. Just filtering the water for tomorrow. Had a really good dinner down at the actual campsite, the little fire ring down there. The Ozark Trail Association is having a camp out here. Really cool people. They're a lot of close friends of the author of the trail guide book, which is really cool. They had a lot of really good information on some of the sites and trails coming up. But it's not supposed to be as cold tonight, which would be nice. But we are on top of kind of like a little hill, so I'm not sure if it'll be windy. But either way, 16 miles in today, it's going to make me sleep like a baby. So,
good night, John boy.
Good night, John boy. We'll see you in the morning.